The next aspect is the cinematography. This is what you see on the screen. They are in charge of immersing you into the film, and they allow you to become engrossed in the visual elements of the movie. The cinematographer is also in charge of choosing how, where, when, and what to film during a certain scene. They are also in charge of the lighting. Lord of the Rings movies exceeded in this aspect because of the breathtaking shots of New Zealand and the detailed cities and sounds that make it very convincing that you are actually standing in Middle-earth. The cinematographer is also in charge of scene composition and camera angles. The image on the left is from a movie called Citizen Kane, and it uses screen composition of the boy in the background and the mother in the front to show the positions of power. The movie on the right is The Avengers, and it uses a low-angle shot to show the Avengers' dominance over Loki. The next aspect is the editing. The editor is in charge of post-production. He can add to the movie, such as adding special effects, and he can also enhance the movie experience, like adding CGI, fixing continuity problems, or he can even mask a bad acting performance. There are a lot of different types of cuts, and we're going to watch a scene from Fast and Furious 6 that is a good scene. In this clip, there are a lot of different shots, and the cuts were very fast-paced. This type of editing is used to give the audience a feel of thrill and excitement. The next aspect, and probably the most important, is the acting of a movie. The actors must be able to convince the audience that they are a certain character. They might walk in a specific way, talk with an accent, or use body movements to prove that they are that character. Try to imagine anyone but Daniel Radcliffe as Harry Potter. It is hard because he captured the essence of Harry Potter so well in those movies. We're going to look at two examples of bad acting and good acting. I'll let you figure out which one is which.
Hi.
Can I help you?
Yeah, can I have a dozen red roses, please?
Oh, hi, Johnny. I didn't know it was you. Here you go.
That's me. How much is it?
It'll be $18.
Here you go, keep the change. Hi, doggy. Hi, doggy. Hi, doggy.
This is a clip of Marlon Brando.
You look terrible. Once a day, went to the rest world, and a month from now, this Hollywood big shot's gonna give you what you want.
Too late, they start shooting in a week.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
As you can clearly tell, the first actor was pretty terrible, and the second actor was really good in capturing his character. The next aspect of movie making is production design. This is the setting of the movie. The production designer has to design all the sets and landscapes for the movie to try and capture the feeling. If someone is making a fantasy film compared to a 1940s crime movie, they have to design the sets differently. In The Great Gatsby, every scene is perfectly envisioned 1920s New York. You are thoroughly convinced that you are standing in the setting. The final aspect, and probably most overlooked, is the sound editing. The sound designers have the job of producing engaging sounds and music to the point that you don't even notice it in the movie. The Titanic had top-notch sound editing, especially during the sinking of the ship. It used music and sounds perfectly, enhancing the experience further. Here's the clip. As you can tell, this scene perfectly captures all the different sound effects, like the people screaming, the ship breaking, and the water all while there is a dramatic musical composition in the background. These are the 7 main aspects of movie making, but there is an 8th aspect. It is your personal opinion of the film. If a movie does really well in all categories, but you thought it was boring, then you are entitled to have that opinion. I'm not asking you to change your entire outlook on movies. I'm just asking you to watch movies a bit closer because your opinion matters. For example, in the 1995 Oscars, Forrest Gump won the Best Picture. How many of you have seen Forrest Gump? Yeah, that's pretty much everyone. However, in 1994, a movie called The Shawshank Redemption and Pulp Fiction both came out. Both of these movies did really well in all 7 aspects, but Forrest Gump was the only technically successful one at the box office. So the Academy clearly took public opinion into account when choosing the Best Picture winner, and Forrest Gump took home the Best Picture award. This situation proves that the Academy does take the public opinion into consideration when choosing nominees and winners. It is impactful because it means that each of us have a small say in the Academy Awards. The point is that each of these movies had the 7 aspects, and they excelled in all of them, but Forrest Gump was the only one that had the charm that people loved. I'm not asking you to watch every movie with intense attention and analyze every scene. I just want all of you to watch movies more and pay a little more attention to the small things. Try to use the 7 characteristics that I gave you as guidelines when watching these movies. I want all of you to keep enjoying your movies. I think that if you try to analyze and think about these movies more, that you will enjoy them even more than you do now. Thank you.